Welcome back to Potatoes. Tan Kabidge here with you, back in Empyrion Alpha 5 for Episode 3. Here we are, back. Time to start building our base. First, we'll take a look and see how close we can actually get before that drone appears. If you may recall, that was floating around near where I'd like to start my base. I think, however, it may be far enough away that we don't have to mess with it, which is good, because I really don't want to be fighting him every 5 minutes while we're setting up until we get our first turret in place. I think we're okay. I don't see it on the radar, but this is, as you may recall, the spot that I was looking at starting, so I'm going to begin right off by digging in hard and drilling in to get a spot where we can place our core and start the base off. I think it will go straight in across, actually, so we're coming directly out into the water for our first location. This looks like about right. So I will continue going in with our happy hover vessel, which will be the best place or best way to start drilling quickly. Okay, here we go. I'll do this as quickly as possible. I may do some brief time lapse here. A little difficult to get started actually with the water in the way, apparently. We'll get this going as quickly as we can, and I may lapse as I do the quick drill. Okay, I think that should be back far enough to put our core, so I want to have that in a relatively safe location. Was, of course, trying to keep in a relatively straight line, so I lined myself up with the iron core that was directly back, but I think that will be okay. Actually, put this down so we can start building. Seem to be in a safe enough location. I don't think we'll be bothered. So we'll shut the hovercraft off. Okay, maybe I'll turn it back on since I so adeptly planted it and fell off the side. Not uncommon for me. I'm not the most proficient on keeping things straight. Okay, up we go. Come on, out of the water. Okay, very good. This will be a fine location here, I think. We'll just put him down. Boom. Okay. Looks like, yeah, we're not really being antagonized by that drone, which is good. Actually, or silly me, I believe I did actually leave the goodies inside the harvesting that we will be needing, so we will access. But we know we want our base starter. It's most certainly required. Might as well take some of the other base items here that we may be using. We'll want the blocks, which actually I have the blocks on me still. Let's see what else in here. Get the resources out, which we'll need our survival construction. We have that, okay. Take all the basic resources, which we know we'll want for the basic components. Drop our things. We'll start our base construction as well. Small constructor. Yeah, we'll definitely want our oxygen going nearby as well, so we'll get that out in fairly short order here. For now, we'll stick it off to the side here. This will not be the permanent location, of course. We'll actually once we get the base actually going a little bit, we'll have a platform out here to make it all nice, but for the moment, that's good enough. Okay. As before, we'll just kind of dump everything in for the moment. We don't need a heck of a lot more than that. We'll carry it back to our location that it will finally end up once we do get our basic constructor. I guess it's a large constructor, I guess it's actually called, once we have the room to do so. Okay, well, I guess I'm talking again, because as you can see, we are getting attacked by that guy. He actually was expecting to just fast forward this as I was figuring out which parts I was going to be bringing with me and such, but so it's clearly being a pest. So after we go chasing him, I kill this little bugger. Give us a little time, and then we'll get our base lined up. He's kind of a pest. I knew he would be a couple stacks of bullets. Of course I don't want to be doing this with water. Come on. Guess since I'm in the water, he ignores us though, so that's good to know at least. Keep underneath him. The safest place to attack this guy, so he's running away. Make sure we don't fall into another puddle. See, I already used more than 4 stacks of bullets as well, so most certainly, if I had not created more bullets, I would have run out if I had chased them right off. There we go. Down he goes. Okay. Quite a bit bigger than the Kuan drones that I've been accustomed to fighting, which is how new. Okay. Goodies. Okay. Pesky guy. So he's out of the way for the moment. It looks like he'll definitely be doing a drone fairly first off. And was most certainly attacking my hovercraft, so I should probably park that inside as a result instead of outside as he is now. So I will do that. Actually, we'll do that right away here because it is empty at the moment. I have emptied out cargo containers, you can see. So bring him back inside. I don't believe they actually attack the survival constructor, but I better check that. I better check what is damaged and what is not, just to make sure. I can always put that inside if I need to. In fact, I think I will. Hurry up and rush and put that inside as well. So fast forward that part of the video as well, because I know that will take a few minutes, a little bit of item juggling. Because I just finished loading it up, actually. Apparently that was a bad idea. So from here we will fast forward. Okay, well that's done, so fast forward should be over. Now I know few other items which I am definitely going to craft. Geez, I keep saying create, craft, mushing that together. But, to craft, what I will definitely want, I know as well. Let's see what I need here to make the generator as well as the fuel cells, or the fuel packs rather. So we're going to need some electronics, some cables, water generator. Let's see, do the clone chamber actually as it is. We'll do that. I know we'll want that guy. So what was that again? We want electronics and cables. I'll queue those up and make a bunch of cables. And see, for electronics, we want, okay, we'll need silicon ingots. I did harvest the raw, but I need to get some ingots, I guess. Output counters 10. Actually, we don't need that many, do we? Do like 5 of those, I guess. Get that rolling. So create. So once the ingots are done in the electronics. Actually, let those spin up. Got that. As it goes, we need the Base-ics. It'd be nice when we get the this large constructor actually going. In that case, we won't need to keep spinning this up. I should probably also worry about orientation of how I'm going to place the base, and figure that out pretty soon actually. But for the moment, we're just getting the essentials that we'll need to throw in the back, and then I'll worry about orientation as I actually place. In there, so now we can make some electronics. Okay. Okay, so now on our components, the others we will definitely need. We need the fuel tank, generator, let's see, control devices as well. Let's see, do those yet. Yep. Okay. Large constructor. Let's see, computers and more control devices. So do the computer yet? Let's need some more of them. Where's the computer? Let's see. Okay, so now we should be able to build the large constructor. And when that's done, we will have our components. So with that, I think I will actually fade. I'm actually going to grab a bite to eat before I continue in with the next component, but then we will actually do our placing. Actually, probably get the, yeah, actually getting pretty dark in here as well, so I may actually wait for the daytime as well while I'm doing that. So yeah, we have the components we need. I'm just going to go and wait the daylight. I don't know that actually helps us, but because I do have the light on, believe it or not, it's still pretty dim in here, but then we'll wait till daylight so we have more light, and wait for a brighter day. So I shall fade now for that to occur. I will see you in a few minutes. Okay, welcome back. Daytime once again. It's time for us to actually place our blocks so I can see what I am doing. Decided I will use the light because what I'd like to do is make sure that it's fairly square to the face of the mountain. Little pro tip is that the external lights, sorry, for Survival Constructor as well, actually, I believe, they are on a grid. You can rotate them, but they only go at a 90-degree angle, whereas if you try to place a block, as you can see, actually, no, maybe not. I thought they rotated depending upon where you were facing, but I guess they also will be on that one square grid. Okay, well that makes life easy in that case. Looks like we're fairly straight on. Of course, you can see there is no running water in the game yet as well, the way I drilled in underneath, so it will match up nice and square to that once I do get my base unit in. I will, however, use that light a little further back so I have a little illumination while I'm starting to do the build here. Rotate it that way. Okay, put our base start right back here. Okay, yeah, see this one, this does rotate. That's the one I was thinking. I guess it's just the base start. See, as I rotate, it depends upon the angle that I'm facing, and that will set the grid of the entire base. And I would like that to be square with the face of the mountain, which is fairly close to square with the water. So I think if I line it up with the light precisely, then the base should remain nice and straight to the mountain front, which will be more important as I'm later building on my external doors. Again, probably up a few levels, up somewhere in that general region will be the exit for my small vessels. And I think likely over there we'll probably expand out. We got a lot more drilling and mining to do, of course, but it's a little sloppy doing it with a hover vessel. It's not quite as precise as the handheld drill, but again, because we are lacking the resources required to make the biofuel, we have to wait until we at least get the tier 2 drill, which I'm not sure exactly what resources I need off the top of my head. We'll have to figure that out, but it should be nice and square. I think we're actually going to do it a little bit, so we want to rotate it a little bit counterclockwise from square, it looks like, so it'll be parallel with the face of the mountain, just judging from the way the water grid is laid out front. So, pick this up one more time so I can see exactly where the grid is when I get a little closer in. Okay, some squares right that way. So, when we place our starter block, we said we wanted to rotate a little counterclockwise, that's that way. So we will put our starter block right there. Now we officially have a base placed down. We'll still need some additional components before it's active. I don't believe it will attract attention yet from the drones. Start building out with the concrete and fill our floor out a bit. I will put my components on top so they will be visible and such. A lot of people tend to prefer to hide them underneath and inside things. But, I guess I'm a bit more visually oriented. I like to see what I'm doing and have the things within sight. And this will, of course, get drilled out at a later date. Oops. Actually, that can be fine for the rear wall, I guess, of the tunnel. So we will extend this out in the direction that we will be building in. Actually, I can see already that it's going to be a little bit. Put one underneath for support. I'll be filling a lot in underneath just to square off the hole, because again, because the drilling was not terribly precise. It's basically rock in, rock out, because all it takes to create the concrete, or the cement blocks rather, is in fact concrete. So I can fill that in really with no loss, because I got rock when I was removing, when I was drilling the hole in the first place. So that should be just fine. Okay, get our power generator. We'll rotate it around to the side here, sideways. I'm not going to put it right at the edge, again, because I know I will end up wanting walls, so we'll expand this out a bit more. Okay, and the fuel tank. And we can now place fuel inside. So I thought to retrieve it from our survival constructor at least. This I will be picking up shortly, because we will have the large constructor in place. Okay. Matter of fact, I think I'll back the ladybug out a little as well, as it will be in the way, I think, by the time I'm ready to go. Survival constructor, okay. Turn her off. Oops. Yeah, it's definitely going to be some steps here. I can see already this is going to be way off as far as altitude is concerned. Now, because there is actually structural integrity in this game, it is important to have your blocks all the way down into the stone, otherwise they are likely to collapse. That is the other reason I am making it solid even underneath here. Okay, place our medium constructor you can put over here, which will be going to the rock, I think, but that's okay for now. Worry about our structural integrity once again. Fill it up with blocks. And the last item we were able to craft from the original survival constructor is the spawn, the clone chamber rather, so that when I am killed, and eventually I will be, I have no doubt of that whatsoever, this will allow me to spawn in my base. So with that, we should now be able to turn the base on with the Y key. Of course, I didn't put the fuel in. Now we can turn the base on. And now we have an active base. And with that, I think I will, off camera, I will move the rest of the stuff out of the survival constructor over to the main factory. But next episode, we will begin to extend the base out to the water and square it up, so we can place our water generator and oxygen generator. In fact, I think I made the water. No, I didn't, I guess. Which are craftable in here. Now, see, we have just taken out a quick peek. There's a lot more that can be crafted in here. None of which I have the resources at the moment, of course, but we'll continue to grow our base. First order of business is going to be to set up a weapons turret, which I will put outside because that drone has, in fact, been buzzing around outside, a little too close for my comfort. So very soon, when he comes by, he will regret it because he will end up a pile of trash out in the snow. So with that, I will tell you once again that I'm okay. The world's all wrong. It's just a matter of perspective. Take care.